here's an interesting thing. Did you know that there's no such thing as a sleep accident? So
Tell me, never heard of that.
if you're driving and you fall asleep at the wheel and you run into somebody, that's not an accident, because an accident is something that you could not have foreseen. But not sleeping, you know you're tired and you know you should pull over, so it's not really an accident
Right.
technically on the things. So,
No.
but here's what's even more dangerous. Most sleep accidents um, are not caused because you go to sleep. It's because your reactionary time is slowed down. However, you have what they call microsleeps, that we don't know that we went to sleep. Like you'll just be like, oh, we're here, right? And so you'll actually go to sleep for a microsecond or
Yeah.
up to like 2 seconds. And that's when you're going 60 miles an hour, that's like having a missile going 60 miles an hour. And think about two seconds asleep at the wheel.
Wow.
1001, 1002. And if you were turning right off the
You're
right,
not turning.
yeah, you're but so the micro sleeping is, and so this, when I showed you my sleep last night, I was dreaming of my kitty, and I can't remember what she was doing, but it seemed like, I don't know if that was all the time, but right before I woke up, and I'm like, and I would lucid dreaming. I actually realized I was dreaming, and I was kind of in control of it. It was really weird, because I've been studying about that too, but I didn't really think I could do it. But then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I'm dreaming about my kitty, and now I'm awake about my kitty, but then I looked at my phone when I woke up, and like 2 or 3 minutes before my alarm went off, I was actually asleep. Didn't realize it. So it's kind of weird. We don't know. How do you know when you're asleep? Well, everybody says, oh, Vicky's famous for this. It was 12 o'clock before I went to sleep. How do you know? That's just the last time you looked at the clock.
You know what? I agree with that, because some of those times when I think I have not been asleep, like for 2 hours, and if I have my watch on, it doesn't record that I was awake that much.
Yeah.
So
So
maybe.
documentation actually helps me, de-stresses me, and says, hey, you really were asleep. Like I know
Yeah.
exactly how long I was asleep last night, right? Sort of. I mean, it might not be to the minute, but it's pretty damn close. So it's just kind of cool. This micro sleeping, though, that's kind of scary. But coming back to the nap thing, when I first started napping, I would have sworn, especially the first couple of times that I napped, that I didn't sleep. It's like, oh, but what was it, 2 minutes? No, it was 20 minutes. I'm like, holy cow, I didn't realize that, right? So the documentation actually helps me verify what, and also when I sleep in the afternoon, we actually got the little masks things, right? And I put that on, so it is literally completely dark when I found that has actually helped a lot. Even though our room is pretty darn dark, it's still not quite, because the sun's out there. And I had a friend last week when I was in Oklahoma, my brother, and was visiting him, and we were at his friend's house, and he works the 7 to 7 shift, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. And so he's out of his circadian rhythm, which, by the way, we don't know what each other's circadian rhythms are. Like, okay, mine's from 9:30 to 6:30, let's say, but Mary's might be from 10:30 to 7:15, or we just don't know. And so that was a night. It took about 2 or 3 months, like for the ring to be able to figure out my circadian rhythm. It does a whole bunch of stuff that it does. It doesn't just pop up, but or weeks. I can't remember what it was, but anyway, it doesn't matter. But like teenagers, their circadian rhythm on average is around from 11 p.m. to 8 or 9 o'clock. They need the most sleep, and they stay up later naturally. And they get up later naturally, which, if you think about the school systems, we get upset if our kids don't go to bed by 9 or 10 o'clock, and then we get them up at 6 o'clock. Well, that means we're destroying their REM sleep, because a lot of the REM sleep is at the end of your sleep cycle.